What's up, mi gente? Yesy Smiles, aquí con Mundos Trap y de bienvenido a la familia. I am so excited to interview you because la trayectoria tuya es de los 5 años, yo iba a decir 15 años. Diablo,
Facts.
5 añitos.
Yeah.
Rey King, tell me.
Gracias
Cuéntame.
por tenerme aquí. Toda mi gente del mundo trap, we out here, man,
I love it. Tell me about your new album, BLKTINO, que ¿de dónde salió ese nombre? That's so creative.
I know, right? Yeah, man. BLKTINO es como explicarlo. Es un estilo de vida, as a lifestyle, you know? And a couple years back, I did a song called Tijuana where it was like the first one that I really did the Spanglish thing, metiendo, mezclando lo americano con lo latino, so ya ahí como que my good friend Gus Films, big film producer, from Balvin to Bad Bunny to everybody's video, Gus Film, a little plug for him, but he's the one I was like, yo, BLKTINO, and he's like, BLKTINO gang, and I was like, yes, BLKTINO, I like that a lot, because it represents both of my cultures, the American black culture y la cultura latina también.
Tell me a little bit about the album, like the songs on them.
Right.
Porque está el nuevo tema.
Yeah, No Voy a Beber.
No voy a beber.
So that's
eso
the
le tengo
vibe.
que decir a myself. No
voy a beber. Like, eso es lo que siempre nos decimos cuando nos levantamos resacados y que,
sí,
cuando, nos desacatamos demasiado, and then it's like, no voy a beber. This is the last time, I promise. I ain't drinking no more after this.
God, take care of me.
Yeah, and it's like, nope, next weekend you get that text, we outside, and you're going to drink again. So when I was putting this album together, BLKTINO, quería como hacer las fusiones que me gustan más, de lo latino y lo caribeño. So no solamente lo latino, but, lo jamaiquino, dancehall, reggae. So BLKTINO has a little bit of all of that, from reggaeton to dancehall. It has like 2 Latin trap songs as well, but I try to keep it more around the dancehall, reggaeton vibes,
Of course. No, y ese tema de No Voy a Beber,
yeah.
It has that like old school reggaeton
Old school
feel.
reggaeton
I loved it.
with a little bit of the bachata, so, going back to the Dominican roots, trayendo lo que, mi familia, lo que tengo en la sangre, mezclé la bachata con el reggaeton, and, I'm not the first to do it, but, bringing it back.
Of course, no, and it's always good to bring that type of music back y traerte memoria.
Yeah, it's like, it's like when you used to hear like Mayor que Yo and all those records that had that little guitar in it and that stuff. Like,
stop, you're making me
bringing
feel
it
old,
back,
bro.
bringing it back,
Mira, tienes una trayectoria, like, I know maybe here in like the Latin market, you're still growing, but you have una trayectoria desde los 5 años that you were singing and dancing and all that crazy stuff.
Yes.
How did you feel when you heard that you were nominated for a Grammy?
Man, it's you dream of these opportunities when you're a kid, if you're an athlete, you dream about, the finals or winning the championship. For a musician, a championship is a Grammy. It's a ASCAP award, is all these accolades. So, I was able to work with Latin producer by the name of Sergio George.
Okay.
He's a old legend guy, not old, but he's a legend.
You're not old, okay?
You're not old, Serge. You're still cool. But yeah, I've worked alongside with him, an artist called Leslie Grace. We had the opportunity to work on and collaborate on her debut album, which was a bachata album and stuff like that, and kind of Spanglishy and stuff. So since then, that kind of opened the door for me to do the Latin stuff.
Of course.
I was born in the States, so para mí siempre era más la música americana y cosas así. Pero, opening that door with Sergio George opened up a door for the Latin world. It felt amazing to see us work on a song in our bedroom, like in our house, and then see her performing at the Grammys. It's like, it was mind-blowing.
There was an interview recently done to 6ix9ine. Él dijo que la industria latina era más fácil entrar que la música americana. Now you've worked both sides. You've worked with huge English artists.
Yes.
What's your opinion on that statement?
I feel like the tables are changing. The times have changed. La industria latina ahora mismo, arguably, we number one,
Yeah.
We number one.
We are.
Arguably, we number one. So I feel like right now that statement it held a lot of truth in the past, maybe, because when it comes to markets, you know, the Latin market, at least in America, mainstream, it was smaller than you know, the mainstream pop market when it comes to radio, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we always saw like, oh yeah, the Latin market, a number one record on the Latin market gets, you know, 500 spins. A number one record on the English market gets 17,000 spins.
Exactly.
So it's two different markets. So that's why they used to think it was easier. But now, since some of those rules broke because it's not as much radio or TV, now it's podcasts, is internet, is TikTok. So those barriers broke, and now, you know, we could see a kid from Puerto Rico be the number one artist in the world, you know. So now the tables turned. I don't think it's necessarily that easy anymore to get in the Spanish market. Now it's like you just got to be really good.
Yeah.
English,
and have a good backup,
of course.
Obviously.
Look at all the Afro pop artists. Baby, calm down. Joanna and all that stuff that we singing. I don't know Nigerian, but I'm singing Joanna when it comes in the club. So it's like right now you just gotta be fire and the world's gonna accept it.
Exactly. Look, y esto está viniendo de alguien que ha trabajado en la industria americana y ahora latina.
For
so,
sure. Yeah.
Amazing statement. Let me ask you a little bit about your growing up. Naciste en una familia cristiana,
sí.
Cantando música cristiana. ¿Cómo miras la industria cristiana? Porque ahorita Farruko se acaba de ganar un award for tu premios música urbana. Like, do you see that market growing even more?
Of course, because it's the same thing. When I started and I made some Christian music with a lot of Christian artists, back then the music was way more strict on like what you can say, what was allowed to be said. All the songs was Jesus, 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 God, God, God. But then when I came in, I kind of changed that. I decided to talk about me, my story. When I read the Bible, I read stories about people.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to share my story, you know, my testimony. And my music really became about me. They call me blasphemous. They said a lot of things. Oh, he's bad. He's talking about himself. He's cocky. No, I'm talking about mi testimonio. Como yo no te puedo predicar diciendo una historia que no es la mía. So now, changing that 10 years later, Christian music has evolved into becoming more mainstream because now the topics are more open, and it's not necessarily has to be so much preachy. Now it could be a vibe, like, you know, like that song Coming In Hot. Like, that's a Christian song from a Christian rapper, and not a lot of people know that. But
there's this rapper that I love. I think se pronuncia Carrying Light or something, Carrying the Light. Él también, like, his music is exactly what you're
swagged
saying.
out,
and
fire.
It still has to
and
do
positive.
with God and sending messages que tienen que ver con Dios.
Y ahora, you know, estamos en again, no barriers. Farruko could drop, he has a platform to be himself. It don't matter. He could drop pepas, he could drop a positive song. It don't matter. Like, you're tuned into Farru. It's no longer like I'm tuned into a Christian radio station or I'm tuned into a secular. No, I'm tuned into you directly.
Exactly.
And if what you're doing, I like it, it's cool. So we see a lot of secular artists que también están haciendo esa vuelta, from Kanye West to, you know, it's not only him, there's a lot of them that are bringing more positivity into the music. And I feel that that's important, you know.
You know, and something that I read about you, algo que leí de ti es que tú encontraste tu propósito cuando encontraste a Dios, y ese propósito era hacer o llevar mensaje positivo a la gente.
Claro que sí.
Cuéntame un poco de ese proceso, porque es bien difícil encontrar ese propósito.
Look, te voy a ser sincero, eso es una cosa que es algo de toda la vida. Like, siempre, like, yo escuché un tema que yo hice cuando tenía 17 años y yo estaba hablando de la batalla de que, like, wanting to be in the street but wanting to do good. And, you know, and young guys like me, la juventud, nosotros pasamos por eso siempre, you know, like, okay, yo quiero ser una persona bien, quiero hacer bien, pero me están mandando el text que vamos a salir hoy y después, no voy a beber, you know, so it's like, siempre estamos en esa batalla, y yo hablo mucho de esa batalla. Yo nunca quería salir como, yo soy el cristiano de los cristianos que I got it all figured out. No, yo soy alguien que tengo mi fe, yo creo en Dios y estoy caminando my purpose. I figured out my purpose is to help others, motivate others, inspire others by being myself. Cada vez que yo canto, other person, yo, bro, I love what you do. You're inspiring me. You know, I've been seeing you do it for years. You haven't given up. You're consistent. That's motivating me. So I know I found my purpose in doing that. Y eso de verdad es lo que me llena más que todo. Like, yo he tenido de gente que me dicen, yo, tú eres un duro. Yo, este tema durísimo. Pero no es igual cuando alguien dice, yo, este tema que tú escribiste me dio mi corazón, bro. Yo estaba pasando esta situación y este tema me tocó. Like, cuando gente me dice eso como
That
que me
means
da
more.
yeah, that means way more que, oh, tú eres un duro, bro. Like, eso, okay, gracias, pero, like, ya es otra conexión. So, you know, yo creo que vamos a girando para esa vuelta. Ahora mismo, you know, estamos en divertirnos. We're making music that's positive and happy music, stories. But I feel like soon enough, I'm going to come back with my deeper messages.
I
También,
love it.
you know?
I love it. Cuéntame un poco de creciendo in Providence. I came from Connecticut,
Okay.
so I
I
know
lived in
how it is
Connecticut
up
too.
there. So tell me, what was your favorite part of growing up in that area?
Oh man, the Northeast is special. I lived in Connecticut as well, in Bridgeport.
part? Okay, Bridgeport.
For like 2 years. You know, shout out all my Boricuas in Bridgeport, full of Puerto Ricans. You know, Rhode Island though is the same. The most thing that I like about living in the Northeast or growing up there is the seasons.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
4
gosh,
seasons,
yes.
and we got to experience all of them, from fall to spring to summer to winter. Like
The orange
the orange
leaves, so
leaves,
beautiful.
you know, the springtime,
Yeah.
March. Like my birthday's in March, so springtime to me, I loved it because it wasn't hot and it wasn't cold. It was in the middle. It felt great. Woo. But now it's like global warming is crazy. I don't know what's going on.
Bro, I know. I asked myself, like, yesterday we were here recording, and no lie, that umbrella went flying to the lake.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, is this a hurricane, a tornado? What the heck is going on?
Yeah. Pero no, me encantaba eso. You know, the summer times we appreciate the summers because winters is tough.
Yeah.
So you know, stuff like that was beautiful. You know, but then we moved to Paradise. It was summer every day, and you know, I love
it.
Miami. Yeah.
I love it. Mira, antes de despedirnos, ¿qué le quieres decir a los fans tuyos que te han seguido desde siempre, and those new fans that are seeing your video right now?
Facts on, le quiero decir que, you know, estamos aquí, me llamo Rey King, lo que me están siguiendo desde 10 años atrás, lo que me siguen ahora, le quiero decir que me sigan siguiendo, que ahora que estamos calentando, ahora que estamos empezando, ahora de que de verdad estamos arrancando con la real movie. You know, this is a movie. It's a journey. My life is a movie, and it's a journey. It's not. It could be a Netflix series, something that happens, because, you know, it's not all one day. There's layers que hay que, you know, peel back a little by little. So stay tuned, que hay mucho más que ver de Rey King. Trust me.
Todo toma tiempo.
Sí,
Todo toma su
definitivo. You know, y ahora que disfrutan No Voy a Beber, disfruten BLKTINO Volume 2. Let me know what you think. Tag me, post me, all that. Tag, I repost.
Hold on, let's create a hashtag.
Yes.
What should we do? What hashtag? The hashtag BLKLatino?
Yeah, yep. That
BLK
works.
Latino.
Yeah,
Vamos a
yeah.
create un
BLKTINO,
hashtag.
man. Let's get it, man. BLKTINO, man. We out here, man. Tag me. Let's do it. Let's start the movement.
I love it. I love it. Bueno, guys, ahí lo tienen. Yo soy Yassi Smiles.
Yo soy Rey King.
Los amamos.